It's really, really good.
Well, and I really think like the follow-ups that we had, I don't look, you know what I mean? Like I don't look fantastic. Now I'm like, I look good, you know, like, I was like I would say the first area that really wows me is right here. I remember that was something that just bothered me, the jowls and just kind of that sagging here. So this and just having that youthful defined jawline again makes a huge difference. The neck also, because you know, I know it kind of all goes hand in hand, but you know, like it just, the here and then just here when you kind of look from the side and you don't see any of that, you know, like that loose skin there anymore. And then the other thing is, I mean, I did have the upper bleph as well. So I do notice just that my eyes, you don't really think of them as, because my eyes really bothered me as well. So I think it's a combination. I also did the under eye dot. So the upper bleph, I think, just makes me look more alive and youthful with my eyes. But then again, doing that under eye dot, that really always bothered me when I would smile, is just having, you know, all that crepey skin under here. So I think having just that smoother, more youthful skin here too. So I would say the jowls, the neck, and then, you know, the eyes. I guess the reason I decided it was time was there were certain things when I was looking in the mirror that just kept bothering me. So the jowls and, you know, that was probably the biggest thing. And then of course the under the eye as well. So my thought was, I kept putting a date on it, thinking like, oh, maybe when I'm 55 or, you know, 60. And then my thought was, why am I gonna wait another 5 years and be unhappy every time I look in the mirror? Why am I putting a number on it? Why not just now? Because I haven't even like I haven't even posted like a picture of me online. You know what I mean? Because I don't do a whole lot of posting anyway. But like my family, they haven't seen a picture of me. They haven't seen people who know that what I did. They're like, oh my gosh, you look fantastic, you know? Because I told a couple of coworkers, and one of them I saw for the first time yesterday, and she was like, your face looks amazing, you know? And I was like, so I'm gonna see her again this afternoon, but. And we'll get to talk more because it was in a meeting yesterday, and you know, she didn't want to say in front of a whole bunch of people, but nobody has, you know, like people that I see on occasion, nobody's made a comment. So, you know, I mean, I know I look different, you know, like, but I don't think you would look at me and go, she had a facelift, you know. I mean, you're just like, okay, she looks really good for her age, you know, like, but, so I shared the video with, you know, my hairstylist, a couple of friends, my boyfriend. I've shared it with a lot of different people, so. A lot of people couldn't watch it. A lot of people, it was just too graphic for them to watch, and I think 100% of people that viewed it and gave me feedback had the same reaction as I did, that they couldn't believe that, you know, that's how the procedure was performed. I think for the suture removal, I didn't realize how much that was affecting some of the discomfort and that tightness and even that alien look. I think once you come in for the suture removal, and it allows your skin to just relax a little bit. I remember that being a big change in my outlook on things, because I know I felt really tight here before doing that, and then I also felt like I was really distorted. I do remember coming in that day, and I think you and I talked about this. I remember coming in that day, and when I walked in, everybody was saying, "You look fantastic," and I remember thinking, I think I look horrific. So that sort of shocked me that everybody felt like I looked fantastic. But then what I think you guys here are and the staff is used to seeing people at that stage in recovery, where we're not used to seeing ourselves at that stage in recovery, clearly. So I think what everybody meant was, for this stage in recovery, you look fantastic. But for me, I kept thinking, I still look really swollen, really distorted. And then when Dr. Mendelsohn came in the room, I remember him saying, you know, you do still have that alien look. And it was actually a relief for me because I thought, oh, thank goodness that he, you know, that this isn't, you know, kind of a final result, that this isn't, it might be fantastic at that stage in recovery, but it's not the final result. So for work, we work remotely a lot anyway. So for work, I really didn't take any time off. I took one day off, just the day of the procedure, and then I was able to work remotely. Because we're remote, the only time my team is seeing me is on Zoom calls. Nobody's noticed, nobody's said anything. I think it's a little bit harder on Zoom as well. So nobody's brought anything up. So I clearly haven't said anything to those. I did have 2 coworkers that I told beforehand what I was doing, and they're local here. So I saw one of them yesterday in a meeting, and she said, "Oh my gosh, your face looks fantastic." So I'm very open. You know, I haven't had anybody ask if I've done something, or, you know, like, you look different, have you done anything? But if somebody would ask, I would 100% be upfront and let them know what I did.